Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Favorite Live Album by Year. We are at 1975. Of course, 30 days of September 2021, 30 different years. Starting with 1968, we're going to go all the way up to 1998. 30 years, 30 favorite live albums, 30 runner-ups. So you get 60 for the price of one. 60 for the price of two. 60 for the price of 30. However you want to go. Buy one, get one free. We're in the middle of the 70s, obviously, 1975. So this is the prime years of the live album. 1975, no different. For me, this one was a no-brainer, however. 1975, for me, saw one of the great live albums. I say that with a little asterisk because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people going to bring up, well, probably a good chunk of that album was finished up in the studio. Yeah, perhaps, but there's, how many classic live albums were not doctored up in the studio? I mean, so many of them were. I mean, this is the way it is, right? Try to make a great package for the masses. You got to clean it up a little bit. So some little tweaks on the vocals, a couple bad notes on the guitars redone. You know how it goes. But my favorite, and like I said, this was kind of no-brainer here for me. Released September 10th, 1975 on the Casablanca label. Recorded from shows from May 6th, 1975 at Cobo Arena in Detroit, Michigan. June 21st, 1975 at Cleveland Music Hall of Cleveland, Ohio. July 20th, RKO Orpheum Theater in Davenport. And July 23rd, Wildwoods Convention Center, Wildwoods, New Jersey. So basically, these are the recordings that make up Kiss Alive. There we go. The classic cover, also the cover not taken from a live shot during a concert. This was, basically told them to go on stage and let's pose for some shots. This is the one they chose. Who cares? It's still exciting. I mean, here you got the iconic back cover. And, of course, if you were a young kid at the time and you bought the LP, you had all sorts of amazing concert photos. Here we got on the CD. Kind of a smaller replica of that. Still pretty cool. I still remember being a very young kid, so I was born in 1966. This came out in 75. I didn't actually hear this album till shortly thereafter in 1976 is when I bought this. And I remember just the first time I heard this, I've told the story here on the channel many, many times. I was just like, wow, that is unlike anything I've ever heard before. I loved it. I loved the darkness. I loved the heaviness. It was just alive. I was a young kid. I loved superheroes. I was a big Marvel Comics fan. I loved monsters, horror movies, sci-fi, all that kind of stuff. So this, was a no-brainer for me. But it all came down to the songs. I mean, just jam-packed, great performances. This is basically a greatest hits of Kiss up until that point. Disc 1 here, the first, of course, the double album set. You got Deuce and Strutter, Got to Choose, Hotter Than Hell, Firehouse, Nothing to Lose, Come On and Love Me, Parasite, and She. Right there. You could stop right there. That's great on its own. But wait, there's more. Watching You. Best version of Watching You ever. 100,000 Years. Sorry You've Been Waiting So Long. Black Diamond. Rock Bottom. Cold Gin. Anybody like the taste of orange juice and vodka? How about some tequila? Rock and roll all night and party every day and let me go. Woo! Rock and roll. Ric Flair's in the house. Produced by Eddie Kramer. Regardless of what your opinion is on whether this is a true 100% live album or not, doesn't matter. It's still freaking great. It's still one of the greatest hard rock albums of all time. The energy here is unbelievable. Like I said, these are pretty much the definitive versions of all of these songs. It's hard to debate. I still listen to this album fairly regularly during the year when I'm in need of, I love the old Kiss stuff. This is generally what I reach for first above anything else, though. It's just awesome. And it still is awesome all these years later. So that's my number one. That is my favorite of the year. The runner-up was a little tougher. But, the more I thought about it, the more I was kind of like, well, got to give it to this one. In any other year, this would be the number one. Released February 27th, 1975 on the Columbia label, produced by Murray Krugman and Sandy Pearlman. Yeah, you know where we're going here. On Your Feet or On Your Knees, Blue Oyster Cult. We got two New York bands here for today, obviously. Yeah, I mean, this was recorded April 27th, 74, and October 5th through the 21st at various shows in 1974, released in early 75. Recorded at the Academy of Music, New York City, the Paramount Theater in Portland, Oregon, the Paramount Theater in Seattle, Washington, the Show Palace in Phoenix, Arizona, Long Beach Arena, Long Beach, California, PNE Coliseum, Vancouver, British Columbia, and the Capitol Theater in New Jersey. All right. Yeah, I mean, this is, for most people, this is the definitive version of Blue Oyster Cult. Eric Bloom, lead vocals and guitars. You've got Donald Buck Dharma Roser on lead guitars, lead vocals. You've got Alan Lanier, rhythm guitar and keyboards. Joe Bouchard, bass and lead vocals. Albert Bouchard, drums. Little bit of guitar and lead vocals. Yeah, happening stuff. The Subhuman. Again, another one of those out where you've got some perhaps definitive versions of some of these songs on this album. The Subhuman, Harvester of Eyes, Hot Rails to Hell. This is Blue Oyster Cult at their hardest rock and uncompromising best. The Red and the Black, Seven Screaming, Disbusters, Bucks Boogie. Got to get a little Bucks Boogie in there, right? Get a little some noodly guitar solos. Then came The Last Days of May, classic Cities on Flames with rock and roll. ME 262. One of my favorite songs by them. That and The Subhuman are amazing on here. Before the Kiss, Maserati, GT, I Ain't Got You, and then a little Born to Be Wild. I mean, you know, the couple covers here are fairly cool, but I think most people would have loved to have heard some additional Blue Oyster Cult originals, but that's kind of what we got a lot back in this day and time. You know, you had a lot of these classic hard rock bands who were doing, some assorted covers here and there in their live sets, because that's what they were into that stuff. I get it. I will say the Born to Be Wild version on here is pretty damn cool. Maserati's fun, but when it comes down to it, it's the Blue Oyster Cult originals that really, really shine here. This is pretty rockin' heavy. It's got the iconic cover. Just kind of take a look at the... just an iconic band. Yeah. Love this stuff. They could have made this a triple album. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? But yeah, that's what we got today. Kiss takes the top spot. Blue Oyster Cult is the runner-up. Some might want to flip-flop these. I think we're going to see a lot of people picking one or the other, if not both. Like I said, there were some other contenders, but it all came down to just these two. So cast your vote in the comments below. What is your favorite live album in 1975 and your runner-up? We've got 1976 coming up. I don't even think I have to. I don't think I've even picked my 1976 yet. I've got like a list of candidates still pretty long that I got to figure out. 77, 78, 79 are no better. They're all pretty tough, but we'll see what happens, right? So thanks for watching. Please put in your choices in the comments below each and every day. It's very important that everybody contribute and have fun with this. And we've got a good chunk of the month to go. So we're going to work our way all the way through 1998. So stay tuned each and every morning. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, and of course we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Please make sure you subscribe. If you haven't clicked that subscribe button, please do. I know we get a ton of people who come here each and every month who watch videos and don't subscribe. The subscribe number helps. The views are more important, but the subscriptions help as well. And if you do subscribe, click on that notification bell. This way you get notified every time the dogs bark. Nuka, relax. You get notified every time we post a video, all right? This way you don't miss anything. I get all sorts of emails and comments from people asking about stuff that just posted. It's like if you would click on that notification bell, you get an email every time we post something, so you know exactly what you want to watch or don't want to watch, right? We also have the link to our Ko-Fi page below where you can make a channel donation. We've got the link to our merch page where we got all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility materials T-shirts, hoodies, hats, caps, stickers, all sorts of stuff there, as well as the link to seatranquility.org, the webzine that has been now on the internet for 20 years this year. It's our 20th anniversary. Upcoming programming, we've got, hopefully I'm going to try and crank out a couple of new album reviews today for our What's Hot with Sea Tranquility shows. I've got again, it's just finding time to listen to some of this. I've got the new Starlight Ritual, the new Neil Morse Band, the new Aziola Cry, which is really good. Can't wait to talk about that. The new Iron Maiden has not yet arrived. It'll probably come in sometime today, so probably not going to get that till next week. So, or I may just do a special show. But I gotta digest that. Can't just listen to that once and do a review of it. So, so that's upcoming. As well as we've got the return of our cool monthly show. The Guitarist Corner is happening tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about, between myself and the panel, we're going to be talking about our favorite Gibson players. Each of us are going to come to the show with our 5 favorite players who are mostly known with playing Gibson guitars, Les Pauls, SGs, Firebirds, Flying Vs, those sort of things. So guys who are pretty much, associated with that guitar brand, right? So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. And then tomorrow we've got the Monsters Den with Chris Allo and myself. We've got Friday Morning at the Funhouse with Martin Popoff. He and I are going to do part 2 of our great album Bombs. And then, of course, Sunday we've got album homework assignment. We've got Bryce from Bryce Talks Metal going head-to-head against Sidney Taylor from the Hudson Valley Squares. So stay tuned for that and a lot more here on the channel. Also, ranking the albums today, later on tonight, of Cats in Space. So lots happening. See you real soon. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.